Hi, I'm Terrence Dick, and this is Views. This is the third of a three-part series on the home. It's called Homepage. We're here, not here, at Birch Contemporary looking at Mike Alexier's Here, Not Here. The White Cube as a home for art is a contextual vacuum. It's a creation designed to hide the process of creation, which includes the manner in which art is displayed. It's a privileged preserve where the work can transcend the everyday, as if the outside world doesn't matter. The work is here, but it's only temporarily here. It has to be imagined somewhere else. The art critic Brian O'Doherty argues that the White Cube is a timeless limbo, not for living people, but for a disembodied I and a investigating intelligence. The White Cube is a sacred space, like a theater or a courtroom or a laboratory. It's an isolated space to test out ideas, but it's also unnatural. It's a fabrication. It's artificial because it relies on artifice. Seeing art in a vacuum isn't necessarily wrong. You wouldn't listen to a symphony in the middle of a highway or watch a play in the middle of a farmer's market, but it does have an impact on the status of that art and how it is received. This is where we actually are. But where are we when we're here? Instagram's become the platform of choice for artists. It's a convenient home to display art that's for sale, but as a home for art, it's neither here nor there. It's another kind of no place. When you're online, you're in a particular place, but you're dislocated. It's not an architectural dislocation, but you've ontologically shifted to a different realm, one that's more fluid. Instagram can be a venue for commerce, but artists being artists, they inevitably turn their reflective gaze onto the medium itself and play around with it. Mike Alexier, unsurprisingly, uses his Instagram feed not just to display his work, but to blend it in with the research that goes towards his work. His obsessions with collections, modes of display, open-ended graphics, all blend together in an ever-growing archive of the things that he likes to look at and show. Most artists seem to use Instagram as a way of both collecting images and showing their own, and highlighting the process that links the two. So you get a sense that research is at work here in the collections, and it helps provide a greater context for understanding their work. Some artists, like Jess Sachs, use Instagram as a performative venue. Not just still performances taken in pictures, but also using short videos to document their performances in site-specific locations. Artists who put self-portraits on their feeds are perhaps commenting on the way in which its popular use has become a forum for selfies and self-display. Some artists use Instagram as just an ever-growing work unto itself, a collection or a collage of obsessions that mutates over time. It's a process work. Artists use Instagram for all these purposes and more. They display their work, they show their research, they engage in research, they connect with other artists, display other artists' work, comment on the world and the work around them. It's become a home for expression, communication, and community. Yet it's still displaced in some way, and we're all either, transitioning somewhere on our phones or isolated at home when we're participating in this displaced online community. Artists who use Instagram in this way have found a home for their work and their practices that's radically different from the White Cube. no longer isolated in a privileged place, taken out of time and space. Their work becomes part of this fluid, ever-growing, ever-mutating, and hardly protected mass of images and visual culture and texts. That wraps up our series on home. Next up, we'll begin a series on hybrids.